This is Goals with Soul, the podcast for visionary coaches and entrepreneurs, building your business with inspired action. In alignment with your mission and authentic message, so you can create impact for your soul clients and feel lit up every day. I'm your host, Jo Ingram, married mum of 3 daughters from London and a former ad agency director turned business coach and strategist. In Goals with Soul, we blend revenue generation with energetics, marketing strategies with pranic healing, and ambitious business goals with our soul's desires. If you're looking to build your business with less efforting and more ease, this is the podcast for you. Let's dive in.
Welcome to Goals with Soul. I'm Jo Ingram, and welcome to the conversation today, all about why swipe files don't work. Now, if you're anything like me, you have been tempted by the odd offer of an amazing swipe file that can literally land you 10K months or 6-figure years or the $1 million big goal that you're after, because that's what it did for somebody else. I literally saw something in a Facebook group being offered this week that said, hands up if you want my swipe file, which has earned my clients $2 million in the last year. And there were literally hundreds of comments of people saying, me, please send it over to me. And the reality is, if those swipe files were that successful, why aren't all those people already hitting their goals and running their successful businesses? And likewise, I constantly see things that say, here's the exact messaging to attract 10 new clients a week or something really similar to that. And I think to myself, how can it be the exact messaging for you to attract 10 new clients a week? Because it's the exact messaging for them to attract 10 new clients a week, right? And yet we can't help but think, yeah, I want that, because we get triggered. We're triggered by this idea that we need instantaneous success. We need to reach our goals now. We need to have that secret answer, that magic ingredient, and just have all the answers and be the success instantly. And oh my goodness, I get that, because I've been plagued by those sorts of thoughts my whole life. I've always, as a high achiever, wanted to get there faster, do it first, just have it done, have it in the rearview mirror. And so much of my life, I kind of missed the pleasure of the journey because I was always striving for the goal rather than understanding that actually the journey was part of the goal in itself. It's the pleasure, it's the growth, it's the progress. And so as we're in this coaching space now, having to understand that it's not all about the now, if that means that we have to copy somebody else and that we take this cookie cutter approach where we're simply replicating what others are doing. And it's not the best way for us to attract new clients and also for us to build the sustainable coaching business that we want. We want the business that's going to light us up and we're going to enjoy and relish for years to come. Not something that's some flash in the pan, turn it over quick, earn some money, throw it out the door, sell it on. If that were the goal for you, you would not be sitting here in the heart-centered coaching space, listening to this and building the business that lights you up and gives you joy and creates magnificent transformation for your soul clients. And in fact, if you follow other people's cookie cutter approach and you grab their swipe files and you do it the way that they say, the way to replicate exactly what they've done in order for them to get success using their messaging and their offer types, basically it's a surefire way, if you do attract clients at all, to attract ones that are really hard work. You know, the ones that leave you feeling drained after every session, that make you feel like you just keep having to over-deliver. You feel under pressure to create the results for them because they're not taking the responsibility to use the great stuff you're teaching them and create the results for themselves. We've all been there. We've all coached clients that are in that victim mindset and that don't really want to take that responsibility. And we don't really want to attract them. We want to have messaging and resonance that brings motivated clients who can't wait for a transformation into our world and into our programs. But instead, oftentimes when we use other people's messaging and other people's approaches, it does the exact opposite. And we attract people that aren't really meant for us. And that's if we can attract them at all. Oftentimes when you take a swipe file and you put it out and you make a few amends that the coach suggests you do and out it goes, you think to yourself, why isn't it working for me? Where's the resonance, right? Where's the vibration of attraction? when you just grab something and you copy and paste it and you stick it in your own emails or you stick it on your social media feed, you're like, that's not working. It's not really coming from your heart. And in this vibrational universe, creating energetic content that really captures people's hearts and imaginations doesn't come from a swipe file. I know that because I remember, first of all, when I first created my business and I got my mailing list set up, I needed a welcome sequence. And I remember grabbing a swipe file welcome sequence that I was like, it's fine. If it worked for her, it'll work for me. And it clearly works for her because she's got a thriving business and loads of clients. And I can buy this for $27 and plug it and off I go. And the truth is that I plugged it in and not much happened. It, duly went out when somebody joined my mailing list through one of my freebies. But I can't say I felt any real energy coming from it. I can't attribute any new client sales from it at the time. And I know that now, since I've created a welcome sequence that's much more aligned with my messaging, that is on point with really what I want to express, the same way I do in this podcast, but in my emails, now I'm starting to feel that energy. Now people reply and they pop up and they take the action that I'm suggesting. And I'm starting to feel that they're getting to know me through that welcome sequence. And that's because I allowed my own messaging to come through it and not to just cut and paste what somebody else was saying and claiming that would work for me. And essentially, simply copying the exact messaging that another coach has successfully used is never going to be the magic bullet that it promises to be. You can probably hear these birds going on in the background. I'm sitting in the woods right now. I love to sit in the woods. It's Saturday morning and I've gone out for my meditation. What usually happens is when I meditate, I get these ideas that just drop in and I have my phone with me and I just can't wait. So I'm like, you know what? I just need to share this now. So if you're hearing some flapping around in the trees and some people walking by on this beautiful day, then I apologize if that's disturbing. Although I know that sometimes it's quite nice to hear the birds in the background. So I just keep going and I don't worry about getting back to my daughter's wardrobe, which is where I record my quiet episodes without any background noise. I just want to get this message out there. So if you're hearing some noise, I hope that you enjoy it because this message just needs to be shared and it needs to be shared today because what's happening, I believe what's happening in the online coaching industries, these gurus just keep pushing this one size fits all solution and they promise that coaches can just skip to the good stuff without taking all the necessary steps in between. And if you hang out on Instagram as much as I do, your brain's already playing that song, Skip to the Good Stuff, which I can't sing. Apologies for trying. But the reality is that I just think that all the time. It's just like we just want to skip to the good stuff right now. And sure, we want the good stuff and the good stuff's going to be ours. It is already ours, but that's another conversation. The good stuff, the stuff we want, the stuff in our vortex, the stuff we want for our businesses is coming. But you're not going to get there by skipping over the journey. And an essential part of the journey is creating your unique messaging. It's creating your business in the image of you, being fully expressed in your business and not trying to replicate somebody else's because it's never going to work for you. And what we've done is we've been conditioned to think that our own messaging won't cut it, that we don't have that inside of us. And that is simply not true. And instead, they're saying that being the same as the gurus is the only path to successful growth. And if you want your desired income targets, you have to do what they've done. And now, whilst there is some fantastic education out there online and some great strategies, it's these messages that are pushing you need to be as I am and do as I've done, and without bringing yourself into the equation that I'm speaking against in today's episode. And I truly believe it's actually harmful for your business because you get stuck there for 6 months or a year wondering why other people's exact processes and messaging isn't working for you. When the truth is that first year or even 2 years needs to be spent prioritizing uncovering the you in your business and who your true soul clients are. Building up the messaging from the bottom up from your heart rather than thinking that there are shortcuts that are just going to get you there faster. Because I know from speaking to so many experienced coaches, of which you may be one, that when you build your business in the image of somebody else's messaging, it doesn't take long, even if you've made some money along the way, before your heart starts telling you this isn't really me. It isn't the business that I wanted. It isn't the business that lights me up. And the soul clients aren't really those people that I wanted to work with, the people that I was meant to work with. And so it is truly time to step out of that unhelpful and untrue paradigm. When we copy and paste other coaches' messaging, we end up, either hearing crickets and buying into a scarcity mindset that I can't get clients. Why isn't it working for me? I need the money. I don't feel good enough. You know that. I'm sure it's familiar to you. We've all been through that. Or attracting the clients who are that terrible fit for what we really do and making the work feel hard, and they're not getting the results, and we're starting to doubt our own abilities. And you know what that means when we fall into this pattern? It means that we're going to get burned out because we're over-delivering to these poor fit clients and doing all the things, trying to recruit more of them, essentially building a business that isn't going to be sustainable. It's going to literally burn us out because of the amount of effort that it takes. And really, it's about the ease where it all becomes magic, not the striving, over-proving and over-pushing energy. And also, our true messaging is going to remain unexpressed. And that's leaving us feeling unmotivated by the business that we're creating. When we're in the position that we're evolving fast and we're learning new things about the way the world works, oftentimes it's leaning into our woo-woo and becoming people that are really inviting that ease and learning new techniques. And yet we've got a business that's not expressed within. Well, it's no surprise that we start to feel underexpressed. We start to feel like we're not really living. We're not sharing our message in the way that it's meant to be shared. And when we're stuck in that unhelpful paradigm, it also means that the clients who are really meant to work with us, the ones that need our help, can't find us because we're not speaking our truth. We're not really expressing what our business is about and what working with us really means. And so those clients are still out there looking for the solution to their problem, or even worse, working with another coach who got the messaging on point but isn't going to do the job as well as you could. Which begs the question, how do you create your own messaging and attract soul clients who are meant to work with you? Now, there isn't a shortcut to this, but I do promise you that it's easier than you think. And it's simply about being you. It's about uncovering the truth in your own brilliance and creating messaging that comes from your heart. In fact, I've never been as successful in my business or literally as happy as I am in my soul right now since I uncovered my unique messaging and I started to share it without filtering myself. It's when I dived into asking those difficult questions about what I really have to offer, what all the parts of me, when they come together, create for my soul client, why I'm unique and brilliant in my own way, and how to express that in a way that my soul client is going to resonate with, so I can attract them and create the results for them in their business too. For me, I unlocked it when I uncovered my brand epics method, which was literally taking all those parts and bringing them into an integrated whole that could be translated into standout signature offers, that could be creating energetic content that comes from the root that is you in a way that no one else can copy. And this is the key, really. You can't copy somebody else and no one else can copy you because you are one of a kind. And the beauty is there are plenty of soul clients out there who need what only you have. And if you're not expressing it and you're not living it and you're busy hiding your truth, either because you haven't recognized your brilliance or because you're a bit stuck in fear of judgment or imposter syndrome and not ready yet to bring that message forward, either one of those is going to keep you stuck in your business and unable to really work with the people that are going to work with you in a way that's going to light you up, are going to help your business make that income goal that you've set, and are also going to help you make increased impact as you get your message out there to more and more people. I've found that since I've started sharing my message in this way, people are popping up in my DMs, they're replying to my emails, and ultimately I'm getting to work with next level women who inspire me, not the clients at the very start who were wearing me down and were giving me sleepless nights thinking, how am I going to create the transformation for them? Meaning that I was popping up and over delivering, a sort of neediness and desperation to get them there, carry them through because they weren't doing it for themselves. But I was to blame too, because I was attracting them into my business. And the truth is that now I'm attracting those next level women who are inspiring me. And that's there for you too. Your soul clients who are going to lift you up as much as you lift them up are literally waiting to work with you. Once you get your soul's messaging out there and create the resonance, that means that they understand what working with you really means. What it comes down to are 3 essential ingredients. It's getting clarity on your unique message and your ideal client on a whole new level. It's about creating a signature offer that skillfully integrates your standout positioning into a package that's absolutely transformational for your clients and works really well with you because the ease is there. It matches the working style that you personally like to work in. And thirdly, it's about mission marketing, finding your soul's mission to help you connect authentically to your audience. And if it's done right, high-achieving coaches can literally ditch all those gimmicky swipe files and those fake marketing strategies and simply magnetize soul clients by being themselves. If this is speaking to you and you really understand that it's time to find your unique messaging, just DM me on Instagram. My handle is @IamJo.Ingram. Send me the word messaging and I'll share the secret of unique messaging clarity with you. It's literally the key to getting things moving in the direction that's going to build a sustainable business. So let's stop subscribing to the copy and paste tactics and becoming cookie cutter coaches. You are unique, you are special, and you are brilliant. And I would love to help you see that in yourself. So get in touch on Instagram on @IamJo.Ingram. And I'm excited about speaking to you about your unique messaging. And so for your inspired action this week, it's simply to ask yourself, what is it that makes me brilliant that I'm not yet sharing? And to do it in an unfiltered way, full of energetic content that I know that you have in your heart and you are ready to share. Feel free to tag me in it. I would love to support your growth. Have an inspired action week. Take care. Bye now.